Hello guys, this is Akash and I'm very glad that you guys have shown interest to our web pages, and thanks for that. This is a review video in which you guys will come to know who all should not take a COVID vaccine. I thought of organizing this session with a set of 8 to 9 important questions which all of us have to know. So let's start with the first question. Can you take a different vaccine for first dose and a different vaccine for the second dose? As far as India is concerned, the combinational vaccine therapy has not been studied. That is, the combination of Covaxin and Covishield. Thus, it is not recommended to take a combination of vaccines. If your first dose was with Covaxin, then let it be the same for your second dose. However, in Uttar Pradesh, India, in a district called as Siddharthnagar, 20 people were accidentally administered Covishield as their first dose in April and Covaxin as their second dose. Fortunately, there was no adverse effect found on those people. Anyhow, due to lack of research on this combination, it is not advisable to take a combinational vaccine therapy. But whereas you see, the Spanish researchers have done a combinational vaccine therapy research with Covishield, which they call it as AstraZeneca, and Pfizer's vaccine. They made their experimental design with 600 people who received Pfizer's vaccine as their first dose and AstraZeneca's vaccine as their second dose. The result that they found was reported to show significant immune response but with mild side effects. Same way, some UK researchers did a combinational vaccine study with AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Moderna and Novavax vaccines with 50 volunteers. However, the results are yet to be published. The second question is, can I take a vaccine immediately after recovery from COVID? Let's take two conditions here. One, if you were infected before the take of first dose. And second, if you were infected after your first dose but before the second dose. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, recommends that if you were infected with COVID after your first dose but before the second dose, then you are eligible to get your second dose on time as planned as in your vaccination card. But please check that your quarantine period is over and you do not have any of its symptoms. After getting over from your symptoms and after your quarantine is over, you can go to the vaccine centers and get your second dose as planned. But what about the first condition? If you are in the course of COVID, then do not take a vaccine, since there are possibilities it worsens your symptoms. The CDC is recommending to get vaccinated only after 2 to 8 weeks post-infection. The only reason behind this is your body had already developed an immunity against the virus, and that may last nearly 90 to 180 days, but this varies person to person. It is also noteworthy that your body's natural immunity is stronger than a vaccine-developed immunity. So, this is the reason why you are recommended to take vaccine after 2 to 8 weeks post-infection. The third question is, do you have fever? Then do not take the vaccine till it gets off. This is because fever is nothing but a sign that says you are infected with a microbe or a pathogen. So to kill the pathogen, our body's immune system will work to kill those pathogens to save you from them. And one among the immune system's work is to give you fever. that is, increasing the body temperature. So, every virus, when exposed to certain temperature for a specific period of time, the virus can be killed. For example, these coronaviruses, when exposed to nearly about 55 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, it gets killed. Thus, this is the reason why you should not take vaccine when you have fever. Fever indicates that you are already infected with the pathogen. So, taking a vaccine at that time will be comparatively less efficient since your immune system is already engaged to a specific work. Moreover, this increases the severity of the symptoms like fever, body ache, and all. The fourth question is, do you have any sort of allergies? Before going to that, let's look at the general side effects of a COVID vaccine. It includes pain, redness, and swelling at the site of infection, and also includes some other side effects like tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea. Allergic reactions are with respect to the ingredients present in the vaccine mixture, because each vaccine contains not only the inactive viral materials or virus generating materials, but also contains certain other ingredients to keep the vaccine preserved, stable, and to deliver them inside the body in an efficient way. If you want, you can check out the description where I have uploaded a link where you get the ingredients present in different vaccines. So, if you are an allergic person to any drugs, it is better to consult with your doctor before you get vaccinated. Now, the fifth question is, do you have any bleeding or blood thinning disorder? Then don't take a vaccine. Professor K. Srinath Reddy, a cardiologist, suggests that there is no rationale for flat denial of vaccines to those who need it most because of their medical conditions. Unless suitable clarifications are issued by the authorities, vaccinators may turn away persons who are on these drugs. So, until the vaccine manufacturers give a firm go to use their vaccines for blood thinning disease patients using suitable studies, let's just wait. Not only blood thinner intakers, but others who have a history of any sort of morbidities like cardiac or pulmonary or any other malignancies are strictly recommended to get the advice from our physicians and get vaccinated accordingly. The sixth question is, do you take any immunocompromised drugs? Then, taking a vaccine is merely useless. This is because your immunosuppressant drugs is not going to allow your immune system to be active. Thus, it is advisable to get suggestions from your doctors and plan for vaccination accordingly. The seventh question is, are you below 18 years old? Then you are not eligible for vaccination. Reason: the vaccine studies are not performed on kids. This is a simple reason for why your kiddies are not eligible for vaccination. Most people out here might wonder a question whether a pregnant woman can take a COVID vaccine or not. Let's come to the science behind this. Can a pregnant woman take a COVID vaccine? Now let's divide this topic into 4 categories. 1. When can a non-pregnant woman take a COVID vaccine? 2. Can a currently pregnant woman take a COVID vaccine? 3. Can a woman planning for their pregnancy take a COVID vaccine? 4. Can a breastfeeding woman take a COVID vaccine? So let's first talk about non-pregnant women. Gynecologist says that a normal non-pregnant woman can take their vaccine at any time on any day, irrespective of their menstrual days. Now let's come to currently pregnant women. In India, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare does not recommend pregnant women to take the COVID vaccine. Reason: Covaxin and Covishield are not tested and studied on pregnant women till now. But as of UK is concerned, the UK's Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommends both pregnant and breastfeeding women to take the COVID vaccine. This is because Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which are practiced in UK, are proved safe and effective on pregnant women. However, the Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecological Society of India is suggesting Government of India to provide vaccines for pregnant women. Hope they grant permission after successful studies. If you are pregnant and have received a COVID-19 vaccine, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention encourages you to enroll in VSafe. VSafe is a smartphone-based tool that uses text messaging and web surveys to provide personalized healthcare checkups after vaccination for pregnant women. The link for the app is provided in the description. The next criteria is: should people who are planning for the pregnancy take the vaccine? The answer is a big S. There is no evidence that COVID vaccines are creating infertility problems. CDC recommends to take both the doses of vaccine even if you're planning for a pregnancy. The last criteria is: can a breastfeeding woman take a vaccine? Again, the answer is a big S. It is based on the science that if a mother gets vaccinated, she produces the antibodies that kills the virus. This antibody, specifically IgA, has the ability to be present in the breast milk of the mother and can subsequently immunize the baby. So that's it, guys. Hope you get some fascinating information on who all should not take a COVID vaccine. Meet you all in the next video. Bye bye.